Hello, I'm Monickie Scott.
And this is your girl, Felina B. Flossin. Thank you for joining us for Five-Star Conversations as we support and encourage women in their five-star living journey.
Yes, and today we are joined by women who are going to give us the scoop on some healthy changes and healthy habits that have been working or not. I am changing. We all know someone who is either working on being more healthy or who is the picture of health. Before we start the conversation, let's meet today's amazing women. Starting with you, Kayla. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Marshall, and I am a working college student. I'm currently in my junior year at UNLV.
Awesome. DeBorah?
Greetings, I'm DeBorah Stott. I am a business owner, an entrepreneur, podcaster, and crypto investor.
Nice. Anyika?
I'm Anyika Hunt, and I am a fitness instructor here in Vegas.
Awesome. So we got this whole pandemic shutdown thing going on. I know many people that has been the topic of conversation for the longest. In the beginning, we had the memes of, oh my gosh, I'm gaining all this weight during Corona. And there was memes everywhere. And then everybody was, okay, now I got to get this Corona weight off of me. So tell me, what healthy habits have you adopted, let's say in the past year or two, and what have been some of the benefits? And let's start with you, Anyika.
Well, I've kind of been on this journey for about 11 years. So trying to keep it off is the hardest part. People think losing weight is the hard part, but losing weight isn't the hard part. Keeping the weight off is the hard part. So during the shutdown, it was like freedom for me because I teach every day, all week, so I didn't have to teach. So I was just kicking it. And I definitely got that COVID-15. Well, actually, it was like COVID-25 is what I got. So just, getting back into the gym, starting to teach again, meal prepping again, being more accountable is how I got it off like really quick. I think it took me
Wait,
about
I need you
like
to
a
say
month.
that real slow. You did what? And you was like blah 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 blah, and I was like, wait. She did what? I'm trying to take notes here. So,
Well, just getting back in the gym
okay,
and meal prepping and just being more accountable and starting to teach my classes again. I think I got it off in like maybe a month and a half.
oh
Yeah,
wow,
Oh,
yeah.
that's amazing. What about you, Deborah? What are some healthy habits you've adopted? Let's just say in the past year or two, or not.
Or
And
not as more like
benefit.
it because I was definitely more in tune with my health and wellness prior to COVID. And as you may or may not know, my father passed in the middle of that. So that kind of, everything came crashing down. My mother, who had been married for 55 years, lost her mate. And we had the two babies. And so life got really, really crazy. So I got quite a bit off track. I'm up about 15 pounds now.
Okay, okay.
And so I've kind of gotten off track. I have maintained the one success is I have maintained most of my healthy habits. As you know, when I got sick, I had to go off of meats and kind of curtail my diet quite a bit. So I have maintained that. I still stay focused on the salads and the greens and the vegetables and fruits. But like I said, when you're sitting there and you're kind of going into your woe is me state,
Okay.
a cup of coffee and a pastry does wonders.
Definitely comforting, that's for sure.
Yes.
It took care of me.
Yes.
So yeah, I can't say that I've had the success that she's had, but maybe she'll give an old gal like me some tips on that food prepping.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure. Kayla, what about you?
For me, it's been up and down for the past 2 years, but I can say the ones that I've been able to maintain have been waking up in the morning pretty early and just maintaining my stress levels, because I am a working college student. Stress takes my body out of whack. So even if I am eating correctly, it still won't process in my body. So it'll turn into fat instead of what it's supposed to turn into. So I focused on maintaining my stress levels the past 2 years. And currently it's actually my meal prep day. So I've been doing that as well. And that's helped throughout the week. And then on the weekends, I kind of just let myself be free. Like I'll go out and eat with friends and I'll get fast food. But during the weeks, I try to be as disciplined as possible.
Awesome. Those are all great tips. And we have Kamara who is joining us. Kamara, just kind of introduce yourself. Take yourself off mute and just introduce yourself and give your name and your title, and then we'll catch you up in the conversation as well.
Awesome. Hi, Monickie.
Hi.
My name is Kamara Bowen. I'm a mobile notary. I am also a mother of two, and I just like being here with my kids and being able to enjoy life.
Yay.
And them.
We just asked them, all the ladies, what has been a healthy habit that they've adopted in the past year and what are some of the benefits. So I'm going to let you think about that for a few minutes and come back to you on that. I wanted to go back to Anyika really quick. Well, not really quick, but I want to go back to Anyika because she talked about the gym. She talked about meal prepping. I'll tell you, one of my things I would love to learn how to do is to meal prep, right? What does it take to make something like that a habit?
People always think that it's like complicated, but it's really
Oh,
not.
it is.
Like,
It is, Anyika. It is. So don't even just stop. I'm gonna tell you right now because. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
No. So it's like, it's super easy to figure out how to meal prep. Like you just think about what you eat in the morning and then you set aside or you plan out 3 days. Like if you're one of those people who can't eat the same thing every single day, then you plan out just 3 days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Think of what you're going to have for your breakfast, think of what you're going to have for your lunch and what you're going to have for your dinner. And then you make all your meats, you make all your vegetables, you make all your carbs. And then if you're doing like oatmeal egg whites, you can boil your eggs. You can, like have all those things set in place. If you don't have the storage in your refrigerator to put all those containers, then just Ziploc bag everything, like put everything all together where if you make everything grabbable, especially, like I know we're all busy women, like you have to make everything grabbable. If it's not grabbable and easy, you won't do it. If it's grabbable, easy, you have nothing else in your refrigerator except for what you meal prep, then you'll be accountable. You'll stick with it.
Oh. So is the key, like you said, 3 days at a time? So take short spurts instead of like, I'm going to plan out this whole week and everything's
Yeah.
going to be done. Is it taking it in the short little spurts?
Yeah, especially if you're not used to doing it, don't do a whole week because you will waste a whole bunch of food. I'm just being like honest, like people who meal prep for the whole week and they're not used to doing it, by Thursday, you're going to be in the drive-through at Starbucks getting your breakfast. You're going to be in the drive-through at El Pollo Loco getting your lunch. Like you won't stay with it. Like I always recommend anybody I help do this 3 days to start off with. And then once you feel it, you see it working, then that's when you'll be like, oh, I can't do nothing, but what's on my meal plan? Because I'm seeing this weight dropping off. But when you first do it, you're like, nah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take note of that. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know if that works. What about you, Kayla? What did it take for your habit to become a habit? Like, what does it take to make that happen?
For me, it was making it fun. I had to find some way of making what I was doing fun. So for me, keeping my stress down was my scheduling and my planning. I have a virtual planner, and then I have an actual agenda that I keep, and I have stickers for it. I have highlighters. I have different color pens. Like I make it something to look forward to where it like sets me up for the day. And I've kind of looked at it as a way of like a game. So like every time I wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, I'll sit down, I'll do what I have to do, and I'll just plan out what I have to do for the day. And then throughout the day, I'm looking at it, I'm checking stuff off. And after doing that for like a month or two, it does become something I look forward to, like at the first of the month, like, oh, it's time to plan the month and stuff like that. So, and I'll buy stickers for it and everything. So I always try to make it enjoyable, make it an experience. So like listening to music while I'm doing it or watching my favorite YouTube videos while I'm doing it also helps.
Nice. And DeBorah, you had talked about one of the habits that you definitely have stuck to is the no meat. Now, had you been a meat eater all your life before you started being no meat, or was this something that happened over the years, or did you just kind of go no meat?
Oh no, girl, I was a carnivore.
Okay.
Oh no, I had to have some meat with every meal. And
Okay.
it's not that I'm more on the line of a pescatarian than a vegan.
Okay.
A lot of what I do is on the vegan lines, just because I have found ways of prepping and cooking that the vegan stuff tastes as good, if not better, than the stuff that I was used to. So
Okay.
for me, I got rid of the meats when I got sick.
Okay.
And in the beginning, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. And here's one of the only things that I really still crave every blue moon. I don't crave beef or regular chicken or steak or pork chops or anything like that. The only thing I occasionally crave is chicken skin, fried chicken skin.
Wow. That is
That-
that
that's
is
kind of a
so funny
weakness.
you should say that because
Yeah.
I see memes where people be like, look, chicken skin potato chips.
Exactly. I would be all over that. So
Oh
for
my
me,
gosh.
yeah, for the
That's
most part, it hasn't been as difficult as I thought it would be. And
okay.
now the smell of meats kind of,
Mm.
and I try not to do that because I don't want to be that person that's always, well, you shouldn't be, because you know what, if I hadn't gotten sick, I'd probably be eating a pork chop anyway. So,
Okay.
so for me, yeah, I've transitioned, I've stayed there, but prior to that, I definitely was a meat eater.
Awesome. And then Kamara, what healthy habit have you adopted in the past year? And what have been some of the benefits?
Definitely, I would say the vegetarian kind of lifestyle. I don't actually buy any meat. I have my kid, me growing up, I was always the meat was always the last thing that I would eat on my plate. And then having my kids were like carnivores, and I just started weaning them off a little bit, not being really strict, like we're never going to eat meat again. We're just gonna ease it out of our diet. And like I just made this barbecue chicken pizza, which was an actual chicken, but they couldn't tell the difference. So like that has been a healthy habit for us, being able to be mindful of what we put in our bodies. And we've shown the difference by how good we feel every day, and exercising on top of that. So it's just balancing as a really great healthy habit that me and my kids have put on in the past year right now.
Wow, that all sounds great. Yeah, I know for me, I tend to jump in a gear and then I'll be on the road for a good minute and then I'll fall off, right? Well, with COVID happening, we were sedentary, sitting at home, getting stiff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm only X amount of ages and I want to live longer. I want to double up. But if my body is stiffening up, then, what am I to do, right? So, what would you say would be that you're most concerned about as it comes to your health? And I'll go back to Kamara first.
My thing has been the most concerning is being able to have the stamina and endurance, being able to run a long distance without feeling like I'm going to drop dead, So being able to have the most healthiest body as possible. And that's been like my main thing. And the kids love it. I love it. We've changed our bodies, in this past few months, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, Kayla?
I would say for me, what was important was how I was feeling inside. So I ended up working with a nutritionist. I connected with her about 3 months ago because even though I do go to the gym, and a lot of times I'll be like gym over nutrition, and that's not necessarily right, but going to the gym was kind of a quick way for me to feel good, feel like I'm being healthy when I really wasn't. And at the time, like everything I ate was giving me like heartburn and indigestion. And I was like, okay, I'm 20 years old. I'm not trying to have indigestion or heartburn after every single thing I eat. And so getting my nutrition right has been my goal this past, few months, because I just want to feel good inside. I don't want to feel sleepy every time I eat something. I want to have energy because there is a lot of things that I do have to do. So just those vital things of feeling good have been my goal this entire time.
Absolutely. DeBorah.
I think my biggest challenge and the thing that I'm most concerned about is making sure that for most it's their general health, but for mine it goes a little deeper because of my autoimmune. So I have to just make sure that I stay on top of that and that I'm able to, be healthy enough to where it doesn't lay me out again. Because years ago, there were periods where it would lay me out up to a week, 2 weeks at a time. So now it's just like this week is a perfect example. This weekend, I had a really busy week. And on Friday, I was like, okay, something's not right. And yesterday, when I'm about to have a lupus episode, my lips turn red like I have lipstick on. And that happened yesterday. So I immediately shut everything down and just kind of just went into a me zone for the weekend. And so that's gotten me to the point to where I didn't have to cancel today, because yesterday I was thinking I may have to cancel.
Wow.
So my biggest thing is just addressing first and foremost the autoimmune and making sure that I'm controlling it instead of it controlling me.
Absolutely. We're glad you're here and we're glad you're well.
Thank you.
Anyika, since this is part of your profession and passion, what about you? What are your concerns as it comes to your health and the individuals that you help?
My heart. So this is all like what started is because I have a little heart issue. So I have to make sure I'm doing my cardio, keeping my lungs, keeping my heart healthy, and trying to keep my stress and my, you give so much away, you forget to fill your own cup. So just managing, my own mental health and, my own, just trying to make sure I pay attention to my own journey before I keep giving out is like my biggest concern with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it.
So you mentioned that it's easier to lose weight, which, some people would beg to differ, but it's more harder to maintain that weight or to maintain your new healthy habit. Why do you think that is?
Once you reach your goal, most of the time you get satisfied once you're there and you forgot everything that you had to do in order to get yourself there, and you start getting a little laxed and you start enjoying you're starting to eat more. You're not meal prepping as often, you're eating out a little more, you're drinking a little more, and then next thing you know, there's 5 pounds that's been added back, there's 8 pounds that's been added back, and weight gain is quicker than weight loss. Unfortunately, I don't understand why, but it's just a tendency.
Secret for us, Anyika. I
No.
want to know why. You can see this subject is very dear to me, don't you?
Yeah, no, there's no secret there. It's just it's something that happens. Just like I said, when I stopped, when the whole shutdown happened, I stopped working out, I stopped meal prepping, I started living, drinking, eating. Next thing I know, that weight came right back. Yeah.
Anyone have anything to add to that? Of why you think it is harder to maintain, like you've done everything you're supposed to do, you got to your weight and you're feeling good. I mean, everything still makes you feel good, but what is it that comes along that makes you kind of go, yeah, but it's not really worth it. I'm just going to go back to my old ways.
Because I think, Monickie, that we forget how we felt and what forced us to go to that level, to that point. We get busy, life happens, we realize, oh, I'm still fitting into these jeans. It's good. It's, okay, yeah, they're a little tight, but that's okay. Looks good. A little extra meat. We give ourselves this false sense and we talk ourselves into believing that it's okay. And then we do the one thing that I know as a fitness professional, she would probably tell us, is that we stop getting on the scale. When we hit our goal, I know that's what has happened with me. We hit our goal, I stopped getting on the scale, and then I got out of I'm a sweatsuit queen. So Monique will tell you I'm a sweatsuit queen. So I got out of my fashionable sweats and I put on my mommy sweats.
Right.
So I could blow up a little more in the mommy sweats and not realize that we were going there. And I think that's what it is we get so lax and we step away from that scale.
So it sounds like a piece of advice is to keep getting on the scale and to keep remembering how it feels to feel good.
And stay out of them daggone mommy pants.
And stay out of mommy pants. I got some of those on right now. What you talking about?
I got on a pair too right under this shirt. Out of those mommy pants.
That was another thing that happened with working from home too, right? It's like the half dress. You got
you got the mommy pants, and then don't forget we put on the bloomers when you don't have to put that on. So it's like, okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. At least the two of you know.
No mommy pants. Hold on to the good feeling and keep getting on the scale. Wow. Look, we're out of time for this segment, but we are going to continue the conversation.
Absolutely. We want to thank you for joining us on this 5-star day. We believe in you. We believe that you're going to have a more 5-star life starting right now.
Yes, we know that you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be right here with us. So we thank you for that. We look forward to seeing you on Facebook at 5-Star Living Show, and join us in the 5-Star Living Show Inner Circle. Remember to laugh more and love more while taking care of your mind, body, and soul.
Absolutely. The 5-Star Living Show is sponsored in part by Flossie Flicks Photography, Monickie.com, Flossie Locks, and Meditate with Mo. Until next time, keep 5-star living.
And like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.